to British Biomedicine Institute. Today I, Dr. Pramod Khatri, is going to represent a simple topic named as best practices for blood sampling. So we must ensure that the blood which has been sampled is safe and there is no exposure to the blood-borne pathogens to either the patients or to the healthcare workers and to the environment. And we must restrict the infection control, and at the time of blood sampling we must address the other routine procedures like labeling, selecting the right equipment for the right patients, containers, and protecting the sample from any type of contaminations. So there are basically four main steps for safe blood samplings. Step 1 is select equipment and prepare the area. Step number 2, prepare the patient and collect blood sample. Step number 3, transfer blood sample. And step number 4, proper waste management. And there are other waste practice issues like types of phlebotomy equipments which we may be requiring. So in under step 1, we must select a proper equipment and we have to prepare the area, and we must provide an appropriate environment for blood collection. So under we must wash or disinfect our hand first before touching the patient, and we must avoid collecting bloods if there is a local infection or other skin conditions like weeping dermatitis, skin lesions, or compromise the skin integrity of your hands. We must cover our small cut of our hand with the help of bandage or with the help of plaster. We must prepare a clean, designated, and if possible dedicated area for collecting blood samples. Wear a new pair of gloves for every new patient. Use a sterile single-use lancet or phlebotomy set for each patient. We must inspect the packaging of breeches for any type of integrity, and do not use equipment that may not be sterile or either it is punctured, torn, or damaged. Step number 2, prepare the patient and collect the blood sample. We must wash visibly soiled or dirty skin with the help of swab, or we can use antiseptic like swab, and we can maintain the product specific recommendations contact time. Do not use cotton ball which are stored in the wet in a multi-use container. Unnecessary to swab clean skin before blood sampling. Do not touch the puncture site after skin disinfection or before blood sampling. Discard an inappropriate sharp disposal containers, any needles or your lancets that has touched a non-sterile surface prior to the sampling. When the use of tourniquet is indicated, use a clean device that has not been contaminated with blood or any body fluids. Anticipate and take measures such as appropriate patient restraint to prevent any sudden patient movement during and after the blood sampling. After sampling, try to minimize the bleeding by applying a gentle pressure on the sample site with a dry, clean cotton ball or with other similar material. Apply clean dressing to the wound before bleeding has been stopped. When using a syringe or a needle to perform a phlebotomy, transfer the collected blood slowly and directly into the collection tube without removing the needle in order to prevent spillage or splashing, and then cover the tube. Under step 3, when we are transferring the blood sample, we must avoid recapping of needles and other manipulations of the used needles. If recapping is necessary, use one hand only to avoid puncturing with the hand holding the cap. Collect using used sharp at the point of use in puncture resistant and leak proof sharp containers. Prepare a blood collection tube for storage and transport according to the recommended national or international packaging requirements. Disinfect the sampling area in order to eliminate any type of risk of contamination of equipments with blood and body fluids for future use, particularly if spillage or splashing of blood has occurred. Wash your hand after removing the gloves. Step number 4, proper waste management. Seal sharp containers before they are completely full for transport to a secure area in a preparation for the disposal. Waste management is an efficient, safe and environment-friendly way to protect people from voluntary and accidental exposure to use the equipments. Single-use vacuum-based phlebotomy equipments are available in order to reduce the risk of environmental contaminations, and safe injection devices are increasingly available to prevent reuse of injection equipments and needle stick injuries. So this is all about the presentation. I hope you have gained a lot of clinical information through this presentation. Please like, share, subscribe our YouTube channel named as British Biomedicine Institute. Good luck. Goodbye.